Moving on for now, the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced a series of reforms and new measures to address the ongoing energy crisis in the country. This comes as South Africa continues to witness its worst ever power crisis. According to reports, Ramaphosa has held consultations with ministers, stakeholders and energy experts outside the government to find a solution to the crisis. In a televised address on Monday, Ramaphosa outlined his plans to boost the power supply in the country. He announced various interventions that the government has developed to respond to the crisis immediately. Firstly, authorities have been advised to improve the performance of the country's state-owned power utility Eskom's existing fleet of power stations. Secondly, the government will accelerate the procurement of new generation capacity to boost production. And thirdly, authorities will help businesses and households to invest in rooftop solar panels. And finally, the government will implement measures to make the electricity sector more sustainable. Under the new measures, Eskom will also increase its maintenance budget to make its power stations more reliable.
To end load shedding, however, we need to urgently add much more capacity to the grid. In other words, we need more megawatts to be put on the grid. And past managers of Eskom tell us that we need the base load of Eskom's capacity to generate electricity to be stabilized by having those units that may not be operating at the present moment to be revived, so that that base load can be put on the grid. Our second priority is therefore to accelerate the procurement of new capacity from renewables, capacity from gas and battery storage.
Eskom will also import power from neighboring countries like Botswana and Zambia. The president has stated aging infrastructure, extensive theft and fraud at Eskom as the main reasons for the power crisis. According to reports, the new measures will now be tabled in the parliament to remove the administrative hurdles. And for more on this, our correspondent Calvin Ongmu getting us this report from Johannesburg. Take a look.
On Monday, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced intervention to improve South Africa's energy crisis and generate more power to the national grid after consultations with government, stakeholders and energy experts. The long list of measures include Eskom importing and purchasing excess power from neighboring countries in the SADC region, hiring former plant managers who left the power utility, recruiting skilled personnel including former engineers to drive Eskom forward. But is this enough? Could there be light at the end of the tunnel for South Africans? Only time will tell. This is Calvin Ongmu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.